So Matty, another bonus point victory here at Silveroyd. Your side keep pulling it out of the bag. A really good performance and a little bit more comfortable than we've usually seen.
Yeah, no, it was good. Obviously, we probably made lives a little bit hard for ourselves in the first half. We knew that obviously playing with the gale and playing with the wind, we needed to make sure that we kind of played a bit of territory. In the first kind of 10-15 minutes, we didn't do that, and it took probably about kind of 10 minutes even to kind of get out of our own half. So yeah, there's still a lot of kind of work-ons, but yeah, the resilience and obviously the defence again from the lads was fantastic.
Once again, you spent majority or part of the first half in your own 22. You didn't concede. To score 4 tries to get the bonus point inside the first half, that must have been really pleasing for you.
Yeah, it was, and unfortunately, probably today with the wind, it's probably a 25 point kind of like wind easily. And it's tough here at Silveroyd when the wind goes straight down the field because it makes kind of life really tough. So to get that kind of bonus point, we knew that obviously we'd done half the job, but we knew that obviously they're going to have their opportunities and they're going to play in our half that whole kind of second half. But the way we played the second half was probably some of our best rugby all year.
Yeah, just touching on that second half, was it more about playing smart rugby and playing in the right areas? Because of course, if you abuse using the ball, you're going to concede a lot of tries. But your side seemed to be smart in the way that they played and nullified any attacks from Brods.
Yeah, that was all right. It was probably looking to offload a little bit in the contact, and the lads did that really well in the second half. But also it was discipline, so it was like they're not giving any kind of free outs, so no kind of penalties to give them kind of 30, 40, 50 metres every time they kind of kick for penalties. So we spoke about that at half time, and the guys listened. The second half was fantastic. I think we only gave away probably 3-4 kind of penalties in that kind of second half, and that was pretty much what won us the game, is that discipline in that second half.
Were you disappointed at all to have conceded a try? I know you probably would have expected it with them having the win, but the way that your side defended, it looked like you potentially might get a whitewash.
Yeah, it's good, mate. We're making teams very hard to score tries. And as we said, like those kind of one kick can pick you up 50, 60 metres and that kind of wind downfield. So we knew we were going to be under a little bit of pressure, but it took them 65, 70 minutes, I think, to score their kind of first try. And that was after probably a prolonged kind of amount of phases as well. And we had a couple of backs that were kind of playing in the forwards at the time. So we knew that their last kind of 15, 20 minutes was going to be tough for us with just a couple of niggles. But the lads who kind of did move, I know that Macon obviously moved, Aaron kind of moved back in, and those guys that did kind of play back row really held their heads up high and played well.
But I guess that shows the versatility of your side, that players can play in many different positions, and even if you do get an injury, you can still fill in with someone who's of equal ability.
Yeah, we knew that. Obviously, we took kind of 2 backs on the bench today, but we knew that we could kind of cover back row through a couple of the lads that can play kind of 12 and back row. So that's fantastic. And the lads just put their hand up and go over. I kind of tell them as well, and which is great as a coach. Because I don't have to kind of fight with players to kind of like play other kind of positions. They're keen to kind of play wherever they kind of, as long as they're on the field. So that's fantastic. And as I said, the lads did kind of class in their last kind of like 20 odd minutes, just playing all over the place.
And just finally, Matty, Ilkley at home next week. You're on a run of 4 straight victories, so that's not going to be an easy game for you. Ilkley went to Driffield today and beat them, so they're joint top with Heath. It'll be another tough game, but it'll be a good opportunity for your lads to test themselves against a side that are going to be near around the top 3 coming the end of the season.
Yeah, definitely, and obviously this kind of the luxury of this kind of competition, you get to play everyone once, and then you get to kind of work on their kind of strengths and weaknesses, and we haven't seen that from Ilkley yet, because obviously the first game was postponed. So it'll be tough for us, and it'll be a huge kind of learning curve. We know that obviously they're a quality kind of side, and they've come down looking to try and bounce back up. So it'll be great, but obviously they've got to come to Silveroyd and do a job, and the confidence that the lads are playing with at the moment is great. So we'll wait and see, but we're looking forward to another kind of big week and obviously another kind of good crowd and hopefully another good performance.
I know Dylan Robinson in the side today. Matty, a late dropout for you. What's the update on him? Has he come through this week better than what we hoped? Do you think he'll be back in the side next week?
Yeah, definitely. It was no injury. It was probably just due to ill health. He was in and out of hospital this week, just with a bit of an infection. So he was probably kind of hit and miss kind of playing today, but we didn't want to risk it. So he'll definitely be back next week, and a few other lads who missed out today hopefully be chomping at the bit to play next week too.